Trader Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. Today is Wednesday, so like we like to say, happy hump day. 2 more days and the weekend will be here. So you made it to Wednesday. I'm pretty sure you got 2 days left of umph left in you. All right, so before we recap the overall markets, I'm going to welcome you. If this is your very first time tuning into one of our videos, welcome. If you're returning, I'd like to say welcome back. So right now on the screen, what you're looking at is the S&P 500 daily chart, the SPY dating back to 2017. If you listen to a video that I did yesterday, the day before, the day prior, my messaging is not going to be the same. Or rather, the messaging will be the same, stated slightly differently. But again, like I indicated before, repetition is good because, you know, it is, as they say, the mother of learning. So what happened today in the markets? Not too much excitement. Yesterday we had about a, what was it, like a 2 to 3% pullback. Closed at around 286, 87. So heading into today, I was expecting for the markets to head a little bit lower, which it did. We went as low as around 285 today early in the morning, and from then we just kind of rallied and we had that little bump there. So today we closed at 288.84. Still within that range, right? The range is 281.72 to 294.15. Still managed to be within that range that the market set after the initial pullback, after that huge sell-off a few trading days ago. So we haven't really done much, although it probably seems as though we've done quite a bit. So again, we've remained within this range until we pierce any of those levels. There isn't much for me to do as a trader. This blue line that you see up here is the 200-day moving average. So as you can see, we've bounced off of that moving average for the last few trading days, respecting it very well. I suspect if we created through that, the selling might accelerate and we might actually find ourselves below the bottom end of that range, which is 281.72. But again, sitting here at 288.84, we still fall within this range. And for me, nothing needs to be done. Holding my position, I remain short. What else? All right, IWM daily chart dating back to, where are we going back to? 2017, up about 1% on the day. So I did a video yesterday, and like I indicated, if history is anything, and make sure that you watch that video dated August 27th, I said if history is anything, then we should potentially get a bounce off of that 144 to 145 level. So let me zoom in and show you what happened yesterday. Yesterday, we dipped as low as 144.68. We closed at 144.85, and I believe that the markets were a little bit down in after hours trading. I said, well, again, if history should repeat itself, right, for the past 2 years, and this IWM chart initially goes back to around 2017, or from 2017 until present, we've managed to bounce off of that 144, 145 level. So had you have just respected the range and bought, understanding that history and buyers are on your side as they will come in when it comes down to that level, you would have made a quick 1.5% today on this particular trade by just buying support, right? Which I think is, for me, it's an effective strategy. So anyway, we closed at 146.54. We're still sort of hanging out towards the lower end of this channel, which is support. And for me, it is a bit of cautious, not necessarily because we're under the 200-day. It's a bit, it's a reason for caution because, as I've stated many times, the more a level is tested, the likelihood of it breaking increases. And the IWM has tested, within the past few trading days, has tested at 144 to 145 level a lot. And not to mention, if you take note, I don't have it highlighted here, but if you take note, the selling actually have been on huge volume, where the up days have not been on a lot of, it hasn't been on a huge volume. So those are a couple of things that I'm paying attention to, hence why I still think it's okay to hold on to my short position. Do I still see the markets hitting all-time highs within the next few months? Absolutely, but I think we really do need that wash before things start to get going. All right, so that's my take on the IWM. What else? And let's take a little trip over to the crypto world. Right now, what you're looking at is a daily chart of Litecoin. It's off about 8% right now. I see a quote here of 66.92 and very, very surprised. Because if we look back to May of 2018 when it peaked at around 180 to 185, you saw this decline, that it stabilized a little bit more, and then it started with an uptrend. I generally or honestly thought that we were going to revisit that 185 to 200 level and eventually break out to the upside. That did not happen. We peaked at around 150, and it's been a decline since that peak back in June of 2019. Not necessarily that I trade the moving average, but you can see that it's below the 200-day moving average, and it actually broke shorter term support of around $70. If it cannot rebound within the next few trading days, I suspect you can potentially get a violent move down to that $40 or $50 level. I would not even be surprised if it takes a trip back to around 20 where it was about a year ago, December of 2018, before getting a bounce. Full disclaimer, full disclosure, I am long and will remain long Litecoin for a while. What else? And then we have Bitcoin off about 4%. We're under that support area that I think is so crucial or critical, that 10,000 mark, trading at around 9,700 right now. And it's an area we've visited a few times, right? We visited that area in July, earlier in August, mid-August, but we've managed to always get that bounce, right? We've always gotten that bounce. But since peaking out at around 13 to 14,000 back in June of 2019, Bitcoin has been on a decline, where we saw this momentum starting in March, right, leading up to that peak in June. I also thought this particular coin was going to consolidate and then resolve itself to the upside. And that is still a scenario. I'm not going to throw away that scenario as of yet, because again, we've managed to hang around that 10,000 area. I know we're slightly below, but getting above 10,000, sitting here at 9,300, can happen in the matter of, an hour or two. It's not necessarily something that's really insurmountable, but the key is to not really stay below that 10,000 mark for too long. If we do that, I suspect we can revisit. I also have this 200-day moving average on Bitcoin, although I do not trade necessarily the 200-day. But for those that do, or for those that think, when a particular commodity or ETF or security is trading above that level, that is a quote-unquote good sign. So we're above the 200-day, below that support area of 10,000, but we're not so far below it that I'm getting scared or freaked out of my position. So I am long Bitcoin, remain long Bitcoin, and I'm gonna hold on to that year-end target of around 40,000. I really think that at some point Bitcoin can get going. Right now it's looking a lot, or not a little, it's looking a lot lackluster. But again, let's see what happens. So that's kind of my take on Bitcoin. What else? All right, and so let's head on over to ticker PAHC. Daily chart is off about 31% on the day. So again, any stock that's off about 30% or 31% in a day is not a stock that I want to hold for the longer term. No matter how much I believe in the fundamental story, that's just way too much of a haircut in one day. Just for me, it's just not enough investors' confidence for me to want to even get into the stock or the trade. Look at it right here. You can see again off about 31% with confirming volume. We closed at 2174, but if you take a longer term view, right, this is a daily chart dating back to around late 2015, so the chart's about 4 years old. So but if you focus it on around 2016, you can see here sitting at 2174, the stock is actually running into support. So there's a possibility that you're going to get that bounce. Not sure if you'll fill this gap here, but you'll probably get that bounce, that 5 to 10% bounce perhaps tomorrow or on Friday. But even so, even with that 10 to 15% bounce, I see this break in support at some point, and at minimum revisiting around $17 or $18. So that's my take on ticker PAHC. If you're looking for a quick dead cat bounce, I think you can get it in this particular ticker. But if you're looking for a more longer term hold, I'd probably stay away from this, and that's my take. What else? All right, so let's wrap it up and round it out with ticker MDJH daily chart. Huge congrats to the bull. Stock is up north of 40% on the day, although we closed at $3.46. The stock at one point went as high as $6.17 today from a previous close of $2.49. So huge move to the upside today, although again we've retraced much to close at 346 with confirming volume. And even with that huge retracement, it still managed to remain above resistance that dates back to around June of 2019, which clocks in at around, let's say, $3. So it's managed to remain above that $3 resistance level that was established back in June of 2019. So that's one positive. So if you're long or looking to get long heading into tomorrow, what I would really focus on and what I would be paying attention to would be obviously that $3 area, and of course where we closed today at 346. Although it's up a little bit in after hours, I see a quote of around $3.60. So you want to pay attention to exactly how the stock opens up tomorrow. If we open up above 346 and we can kind of sustain that, then I think there's a chance that you'll see more of an upside with ticker MDJH. If, however, we breach that 346 level and we actually crash through what was once resistance, now support of $3, then I think it's heading back to that $2 area, okay? So that's my take on ticker MDJH. So that's it. Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of this video, I'd like for you to do three things for me. One, comment in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Are you in Litecoin, Bitcoin, any cryptocurrency? What do you think about the market? Also, too, what do you think about the equities market? The SPY, the IWM, are you long stocks? Are you staying out the markets? Like, how are you positioning yourself? And if you are in any of the two stocks, these two penny stocks that I analyzed, ticker MDJH and ticker MAHC, then comment. Let me know what your thoughts are well. So that's the first thing. Comment in the comment section. Super important. And also like this video, right? Secondly, I do videos Monday through Friday, every single day that the stock market is open. And while these videos are short in nature, between recording them, editing them, uploading them, they take about, one can say about 2 hours out of my day every single day. So it would mean the world to me if you would just comment and like if you're watching this video, right? Even if you don't like it, dislike it, but just engage in some way. So yeah, I already said that. So again, I do videos Monday through Friday. So if you want to hear more of this, ensure that you are subscribed at our YouTube channel at ShortMeTina. And lastly, my friend, I've been trading for well over 15 years. If you think you can learn anything from me, then head on over to our website, ShortMeTina.com. I will link the actual spelling. Sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening. And as always, thank you for the support. I'll talk to you tomorrow.